Hi folks, hope you're well. So I went to this thing, it's called Soul Food, I think it is, where they do this meal and a lot of food for people who need to eat, mainly. Most of the people there were from 3 different churches. That would be the truth. They shouldn't have been there. For me, they shouldn't. But the reality is, they were. Well, again, if there are people in different churches who can't afford food, then of course they should be welcomed. Anything like that. I'm not saying they shouldn't be there because they're going to a church. I'm saying that a lot of people there eating didn't need to go there to eat. They had food. I went there. I didn't go there to eat because I already had food, because I have food. I'm not going to have a meal when that meal could go to someone who really needs it. It could be the last meal that they have available. And I go and eat it and someone who's homeless comes in looking for a meal. No meal's left. I'm not going to do that. It doesn't seem right to me. Now again, I'm not going to judge people from other churches. I don't know. They may have invited other people. It's quite likely they invited other people and they went in with them for a meal. I don't know. I didn't find out. No idea. But, as I say, I used to like it more when it was at the River Church. It was smaller. And I thought it was good when it was smaller because there wasn't as many helpers. Tonight there was probably about 12 or so helpers. And of course every helper needs to be fed. And so therefore a lot of food is going to the helpers. Well, again, it's not me organising, it's got nothing to do with me, so leave it to the people that are. But if it's, hopefully it will get a name for itself, and I hope it becomes a situation where they can do it at least once a week. At the moment they're doing it once a month, but once a week would be brilliant. Because put it this way, if you really do have homeless people, or if you really do have people in the area that are struggling for food, then doing something like that would be a good idea. But again, I think they've got to do it during the daytime. I think they have to do it during the daytime. Even do it around about 6 o'clock. But I think they started tonight, 6 till 8, I think was the time when they were doing it. That's not too bad. But I'd say 5 till 7 is when they should be doing it. The reason why is, there are a lot of people who are in that situation where they are struggling to buy food, where they're not getting the help from the government that the governments were helping people in the past. In the past few years, people on very low incomes or benefits were getting help with, they had credit for their electricity. They also had free payments of £300 for that for the next year. They didn't have the money for their electricity, but they then had free payments of £300, which was useful. This year, nothing. And the Labour Party, who won the last election, have cancelled the things that were being done last year. They've not renewed any of those. So that's why, as I say, there's a lot of people who will be on the cusp of not being able to afford to eat properly. So if events like Soul Food can be done on a weekly basis, then that would be immensely helpful. But of course, all those things are going to be highly dependent upon donations, and highly dependent upon having somewhere where they can actually do it. And so, where the meals can be cooked and can be done. Yeah, so, yeah. But as I say, it is what it is. There were a lot more people there this time. They had long tables set up, and people just sitting together. I was offered food. I was offered the chance to sit down and eat, and no, it was not something I was looking at. I'd already eaten beforehand, intentionally knowing that no, I'd be quite happy going there just to say hello to people and check on how things are and offer to help if I can. And that's about it, really. So yeah. Well, because for me, I'm happy enough with that. Yeah. I saw the pastor and the assistant pastor of the River Church there. I did not go over to talk to them. Well, I didn't see them until quite late on, and they were getting ready to leave, and certainly the assistant pastor looked at me a number of times, noticed I was there. Didn't come over, didn't say hello. The pastor, again, didn't come over, didn't say hello. So I wasn't going to interrupt whatever they were doing. But again, part of the problem is, what do you do? In those sort of situations, what do you do? Yeah, people come over and say hello to you, you say hello, and you have conversation. You ask them how they're doing, etc., etc., etc. But if they're not coming over to you, then best idea is don't go over. Because certainly it's a case where if people have banned you from their church, if the pastor and assistant pastor have done that, I know without a shadow of a doubt that if I was unbanned from that church, I would not go back. Not while those two people are there, because there's no way, shape or form I could come under them. No way, shape or form can I do that. Yeah, as I say, I mean, going to a church where the leaders of the church... I mean, this is a situation, and it still amazes me, but it is what it is. That their attitude is, rather than teach people how to deal with offence, we're going to ban the people who won't promise to not try to offend people. So the people who speak truth, whether that could offend people or not, ban them, but don't ban the people who complain about people saying truth. What? So, there is a way, according to the Word of God, there is a way that things should be done. Yeah, that's if somebody sins against you. The Bible tells you how to do it. Now, of course, if someone speaks truth, that's not a sin. If someone questions, well, as I say, the things that's happened when I was in that church. Yeah, one lady was practicing the worship, and she was singing that song, Jesus, I want to see you, I want to see you, I want to see you. And I said to her, well, excuse me, you've got him. The people out there, they need to see him a damn sight more than you need to. And she got seriously offended and went to complain. She complained to the leader of the Tuesday night meeting about that. I heard her complaining, right? Young lady from America. But again, what I said was true. It wasn't a lie. It was true. And I wasn't having to go at her. I was having to go at the songwriter. Because the words should be in that song. They need to see you. Not I want to see you. They need to see you. That should be the words to the song, right? And that's what I was saying to her. The words to the song needs to be, they need to see you, not I want to see you. And she said, no, I want to see him. But okay. I don't think you're going to. And if you stay in this church, you most certainly won't do. But there you go. Yeah, it's just things like that when you speak truth, Like when you ask someone, why are you singing songs saying, Jesus, we trust only you, and it's all about you. Excuse me. No. There was such a thing as a Trinity, and we worship you alone. Excuse me. The Lord himself said, Yeshua, Jesus himself said, you're supposed to, in the future they'll be worshipping the Father in spirit and in truth. And you're singing a song saying, we worship you alone. What? Again, that song is demonic. That line in that song, in any song, if it says we worship you alone, and it's talking about Jesus, then that's demonic. That's completely and utterly ignoring the words of the Lord. When he said, no, in the future they'll be worshipping the Father in the spirit and in truth. Nowhere does he say you're supposed to be worshipping him. So these people, as I say, I don't blame them. They're not the ones who wrote the songs. They're not the ones who've been teaching this stuff for years and years and years and years and years. So again, as I've said in videos, you can't blame, I don't blame Jeff Oakes, I don't blame the assistant pastor of that church. You've got to blame the people that taught them, and the people who 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 taught them. So it goes down, 6 generations of teachers, at least. And those people are dead. So what's the point in blaming them? It's not about blame. But truth is about truth, and when they ban people for speaking truth, but they don't ban people from doing the world's way, then no. When they don't care about teaching people how to deal with being offended, then again, that's a big problem. I don't get that at all. I don't get how you can not give a crap about people to that degree. In that church, ever since I left that church, there's probably been at least 3 people that have died in that church. At least 3. Very good chance that probably 2 of those 3 have gone to hell. Because of the absolutely useless teachers that they've had. Again, somebody taught Jeff Oakes that when he has a chance to teach, do the peacock way. Big words and, speaking about different languages and that sort of crap. Who cares? None of that matters. None of it in any way, shape or form. Most of the people, when they do that sort of teaching, peacock way, look at me, aren't I amazing because I know all this and that and all this that. Most people in charge don't understand what they're saying anyway. It's not their language. They don't understand that. And they shouldn't either, because it's crap, most of it. And it is. Most of it's crap. Most of it's just, middle class people wanting to impress people. That's all it is. Who cares? No, I don't. And God doesn't. God couldn't care less about that rubbish in any way, shape or form. So there you go. So hopefully that sort of food place will be each week. Take care. Bye bye.